Welcome to Small Business Big Visibility. We're talking about delegating. This is part of a mini-series. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, I highly recommend it. We're going at this from a number of angles so that you can go from maybe not knowing how to delegate to being an absolute expert in no time at all. Today, we're talking about parts of how you actually go in and do the physical delegating of that work to someone. Now, in the previous episode, we talked about giving them the desired results. So if you're having someone check your email inbox, you have to tell them, when you do the job right, this is what it looks like. And when you do that, it gives clarity. But that desired result oftentimes isn't enough. If the job is at all technical, or if there's a specific way you want the job done, or if there's a specific way the company should be represented, it's critical that you go in and give them instructions on how to do that. Now let's talk about this for a second, because I want to give you an example that's really going to make this clear. Have you ever tried to teach someone how to ride a bicycle? There's a process to riding a bicycle. I love bicycles. It's one of my favorite things. But there's a process to how you ride a bicycle. You have to have your hands on the handlebar. When you first are standing there, you're going to have one foot on the ground. You're going to have one foot up over on the pedals. You have the pedals a certain way. And then you're going to push down on that pedal and step up onto the bike and sit down on the seat and put your other foot on the pedal and pedal like this and then look forward. That's the process to ride a bicycle. If you were trying to have someone come into your company and do something like riding a bicycle, or maybe you're trying to teach your kid how to tie their shoes, there's a process to that. It's critical that you go in and give them the process. Let's look at it from a cooking perspective. I enjoy cooking as well, and I enjoy eating food as well, but cooking, there's always the recipe card. And on the recipe card, it doesn't give you every detail about cooking. It doesn't tell you how to turn the oven on, but it's going to tell you, bake 350 for 20 minutes. That assumes you know how to operate an oven. It assumes you've got the experience to do that. Also, I've never seen a recipe that tells you to crack the eggs. It'll just say you need 2 eggs or you need 3 eggs. You have to know those other parts. And we'll get to that in another video. But in this video, it's kind of like the recipe. You have to give them the desired results. So when I'm going to bake something or make something, I'm looking at the different recipes. I know what the desired result is because it's the title of what I'm making. It's on the recipe card. Chocolate cake. No, I don't want chocolate cake. Brownies. No, I don't want brownies. Chocolate chip cookies. Bingo. All right, I'm going to make chocolate chip cookies. When I'm done with this recipe, the expected result is the chocolate chip cookies. Now I look from the expected result to the tasks of how to do that. You as a business owner need to give that recipe card to your employees so they can be successful. You need to tell them, like we talked about in the previous video, chocolate chip cookies is the expected result. You're in charge of my email inbox. Here's the expected result. This is the steps to do it. You're going to outline very clearly for them when you're doing email inbox management for me. You're going to log into the email at 8 a.m. Monday through Friday. You're going to log in at 12 o'clock. You're going to log in at 4 o'clock. Once you've logged in, you're going to start going through the unread emails. And for each email, you're going to do one of the following. Is this email something that I, as the owner, have to deal with? If not, we don't move it into that folder. If it is, we move it into that folder. Next, if it's not something I have to deal with, is it spam? Is it junk mail? Is it something that has to be responded to? If it is, we respond to it. If it's junk or spam, we just delete it. Once you're done, notify me that you're done. Those are the steps. Very easy, but now there's a very clear expectation of workflow, and it makes it really easy for your employees to do the work. One of the biggest complaints I've heard about from business owners is, I can't find anyone that can replace me. There's only one of me. I can't have anyone else that I can use to step in and do the work that I need to do because no one's like me. And you're 100% right. No one is like you. But when you give them those steps, they don't have to be like you, but they can still get a similar result. That's the trick. That's today's big message, is you have to give them the recipe so that they know the steps to follow to get to that desired result.